watched it last night. It was awesome. You seem really, really passionate about the music. So is this passion for the music, do you feel it's going to continue?
Yeah, I think that the passion for the music will continue, and I think that I think that all of us should be very, 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 very grateful for being able to understand what Bear did. This is not the norm. I think Vangelis, I think the Hammer, I think the people that I've worked with throughout my life have been extraordinary composers. But this went to another level, and the reason being is it was very, very religious and spiritual, and it became something that had to deal with humanity at a level that most artists don't get a chance to. Blade Runner was the closest thing to it, and I think Blade Runner has been known as being one of the best, if not the best, science fiction film ever created. And I think that once we realized that, once the show was over, and I sat down and I realized that the very final moments of what Battlestar was all about, this had all happened before and it was going to happen again, led right into Blade Runner like a glove. It almost became that Ron nor David will concede to it. They won't. You could ask them about that, and they will probably not understand it and say, "Well, yeah, maybe you can look at it that way if you like." They don't get it. They don't get that when we came on board that we wanted to walk into that world. That's exactly what I told them. I want to walk into the world of Blade Runner. Open the door. Nobody ever walked in there, so let's walk in there and understand the humanity for what it was. It was a brilliant piece of work, Blade Runner, and yet it was too intense. Nobody could even come close to it, and nobody even tried. And so when we did try and we succeeded, now you lay it down. That's what's great about Caprica, because Caprica precedes it. Eventually, like Harry Potter, like the great writings of, even Shakespeare, how they connect in their own way. He connected his plays, even though they're distinct plays and they're all different. They all seem to, like you could read them all in a row, and you could really start to understand the humanity that he's looking at all the time. Well, it's the same thing. Caprica, whether it lasts for just one season or half a season, or for 7 years or 10 years, you'll be able to lay it down, watch it, and then watch all of Battlestar and lead you right into Blade Runner. And you're going to sit there and go, oh, and without ever really understanding how it happened. Thank God that it did happen. Go.
You've directed a couple episodes of Battlestar. What was that like compared to the 2-hour The Plan movie that you just went through?
Completely different. In Battlestar, the episodic television, we made stories that were interrelated. But what happened in The Plan was a concurrent story that ran the exact same moments, and moments that we know very well as avid fans of the show. When we see those, and Jane, bless her heart, who wasn't with us for the first year, so she had to go back and refresh herself, trying to understand what the first year was all about, and had to go ahead and write this in a very short amount of time. And it wasn't that she made a clip show, but she made events, and she answered questions to certain events, but it wasn't a story. It was, if you loved Battlestar, you could follow it. You didn't love Battlestar, you were out to lunch. You didn't have any idea what this was about. But then what I did is that I got my good friend Robert M. Young, along with Andy Seckler, the supervising editor, and we sat for over 7.5 months inside the room, pounding out a story. And the story is so profound that it'll drive you into saying, in macro, I want to see the whole series again. And that's what it was meant to do. So like I said, I don't think this is the final chapter of Battlestar. I did at one point until I saw the finished product. Because I know that the fan base are going to explode on this DVD. And I know that what will happen will be that people will then, out of the sheer understanding of economics, as this is a business, Universal, NBC are going to say, make another one. DVD company's going to say, DVD division's going to say, I want another Battlestar Galactica film. What's wrong with you guys? We're prepared to do it. Do it. That's what we're in the business of doing. So I got a feeling that we're going to see more, a lot more. And it's up to the fan base. Fan base wants to see more, then they have to go out and show them by just enjoying the piece. Don't download it. Buy it.
on Battlestar for so many years and then now seeing the story from the Cylons perspective, did it make you go back as a character and rethink like, oh, that wasn't what I thought? Or were there ever moments like that?
I never once felt that I was inside my character while I was directing. That would have been a big mistake. It's very difficult to explain this, but I think that many of you guys are excellent in your work, and this deals exactly with what you go through every day. What I mean by that is this. You have to be objective with your commentary and your ability to pronounce what you're doing here right now, okay? At the same time, it's a very subjective medium. You get to put the period where you want to put it. You get to put the exclamation mark where you want to put it. You get to say what you want to say about it. And yet you're supposed to be objective about it, but at the same time, because you're a reporter, journalist, but at the same time you're trying to tell the story, and so you're going to get some of your own personality out there. Well, that same thing happens with our art form. We're telling a story, and I'm trying definitely hard to make sure that I stay objective to the storytelling so that there's no manipulation of the audience, that there's no gratuitousness, romanticization, or glamorization of the art form to the audience, that I don't try to, make them have any kind of a result after a scene. You don't want a result to end at the middle of your movie. You want it to be something that you want to see the next page. You want to see the next scene. In order to understand this scene, you have to see the next scene. That's what you're trying to do. So the storytelling in this case became one where I could not be as, oh, I'm Adama. Wow, Adama, if you would have known that, this would have happened. That isn't what the story's about. The story's about the Cylons. Go ahead.
Were there any questions that you didn't feel were answered? Any like little story things that were wrapped up for you?
I answered a question that was so paramount that nobody even thought about 8 days ago, and they put it in. I said to Paul Leonard, Paul, we have to answer this question.
Are you going to tell us what the question is?
Yes, I will. I will. And let's see how well you know the story. Who left Adama the note?
Baltar.
Interesting. Good luck.
Yes. I'm wrong?
I don't know.
He's the only one who knew that there were 12.
I don't know.
Or
I don't know. See, I'm not going to tell you the answer. You're going to have to see the program. But you're going to have to realize that those are the... I answered that question. Listen, I asked that question. I said, wait a minute. We didn't answer one of the major questions. They said, what are you talking about? I said, who left me the note?
It could have been Boomer. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? You could go on like this. That's what I'm telling you. And those are a simple thing. A simple thing like that all of a sudden makes people go, whoa, man, that's how that happened. Okay, now you'll go back and watch the entire episode, if not the entire season that came out in, because now you have a different perspective on what it is that you're watching. That's what makes this so dangerous. I'm telling you right now, this program, I don't think it can be duplicated. Not by means of the storytelling. I'm talking about the fact that the way that these guys structured the human, emotions, they allowed us to look at it from different perspectives and point of view. Kurosawa did it in Rashomon. Different points of view of the same situation. You're going to get your mind. And this should really push Sci-Fi and NBC, Universal, and GE to really want to create more of these 2-hour DVD specials on Battlestar. And they're ready to do it. They've taken actually shots of every single angle of every single set. So they now can put us back into that set without ever else having to be there. So we can, this could become our set. They just green screen the whole thing, put a table, light table like we had, and we're there. We're inside the Battlestar. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, why are you pulling